Now that the Alien series is dead and they never made a third or fourth one, we can move on to this gem, this classic, this irrefutable work of genius.
I like rocks. I love rocks.
Right, so nothing's perfect, but I enjoy a lot of it. So there's the moment where there's...
She is beautiful.
There's one, if not two, whole moments that don't make me want to be this man at that very moment. Chapter 1, The Good. This movie actually has a lot going for it. The very beginning is actually my favorite part of the movie. Before them all start. I think they did an okay job at recreating the crew dynamic from Alien. Not great. I'll give it a C-, and that's no thanks to her.
2 minutes without a suit, you're dead.
Him.
Right, I almost forgot you're not a real boy, huh?
Or him. It's a lot better than this shit. But we'll get there, baby. Don't worry your stupid little head about it. And the writing, well, look, I'm not gonna name any names, but there's a lot to like about this movie. Watching it directly after Resurrection and the wild ride of 3 arguably bloated extended editions, this had me really appreciating the dedication to making a strong and tightly edited film. Let's talk about some of the best bits. Number 1, David cucks Charlie to death.
I'm confident I can communicate with them, provided your thesis is correct.
Provided it's correct. It's good.
That's why they call it a thesis, Doctor.
What are you smiling about?
All of David's subtle digs at Charlie are amazing to watch.
David, why are you wearing a suit, man?
I beg your pardon?
Okay, the stage is set. Cucking has commenced.
You don't breathe, remember? So, why wear a suit?
I was designed like this because you people are more comfortable interacting with your own kind. If I didn't wear the suit, it would defeat the purpose.
This is peak David dialogue right here. See, we can never know for sure just how real David's emotions are, and the movie constantly rides the line without really revealing it. When Charlie says this,
Making you guys pretty close, huh?
David's response,
Not too close, I hope.
could mean that he wouldn't want to come close to being human because he's beneath them and it isn't his place. But it can also mean that he considers Charlie to be beneath him and wouldn't want to be considered his equal. And finally, you thought I was joking when I said David cucks Charlie to death, didn't you? Well, David impregnates Charlie's wife even though she's barren, killing him in the process. That's some serious cuck death if ever I've seen it. Number 2, Vickers is savagely squished. Look, I don't want to speak ill of the dead or nothing, but homegirl, let me draw you a diagram. Now, all you need to do is tell me which arrow is smaller, and you can live. Number 3, Fifield is killed several times. Fifield is being a goofball. So the crew decide it's best to not run him over, or set him on fire, or shoot him with a shotgun, but rather all 3 simultaneously would be best. And of course, number 4, the cesarean sequence.
Initiating anesthetics.
You probably love it or you hate it. It does not shy away from the bits that make people squeamish, which is most of it. I also really like Shaw's determination in the final act as she just buckles down and does what she's gotta do, despite having just had her fucking womb wrecked. Chapter 2, The Bad. Now for a segment I call People Saying Alarmingly Stupid Things.
You look nervous, Al.
Try to keep my feet on the ground.
Why? Why did she say that?
21% oxygen, traces of argon gas.
Just like home.
Only if you're breathing through an exhaust pipe.
No radio, no heat source. Nobody's home.
Whipping circles. 360.
Here's a bit of a tangent for you. Shaw surviving from the ship falling on her is boo-boo butthole.
Warning, you have 2 minutes of oxygen remaining.
I don't like when characters survive by blind luck, especially when it's a 1 in a billion shot. It means the characters didn't survive at their own hands. They didn't do anything to get out of the situation. They just hoped it would go their way, and then it does because they're lucky. This should be a no-brainer in a movie, but you still see it all the goddamn time. This stopped this. If a character uses their wit or strength to get out of a bind, then we can root for them. But if they get out of it for no other reason than it was in the script, then it's not really a win, is it? You just happened not to lose.
Not to mention, it diminishes all the moments when they did have agency. Which all would have been for naught if the character hadn't survived this one coincidence.
Chapter 3, the big picture. So Ridley Scott thought we needed to know the origin of the space jockey.
There's one question no one asked in all 4 movies, much to my amazement. Who's the big guy in the seat?
Listen, Rids. Can I call you Rids? Look, Ridsky, some people think this was obsessing over a minor detail, whereas others thought it was the missing link to human happiness all over the world. I'm not very opinionated on this subject either way. I thought it was a cool idea to show the origin of the alien ship.
I also thought it would be cool to get rich and be Spider-Man when I grew up and have 6 dicks.
Instead of the origin of the space jockey, this movie is the origin of nothing in particular at all. We see the origin of the xenomorph, maybe, but it doesn't look right. And this fuckboy gets morphed pretty bad.
So he's definitely not this Peter Griffin-ass looking motherfucker. Also, they completely start from scratch with the xenomorph in the next movie anyway, so this little guy goes in the bin.
My theory was that Shaw would eventually be the one in the suit here. It would be an interesting irony because the first alien we see in the series would have actually been a human. And I thought reimagining the space jockey to be a suit worked flawlessly. That would have been the perfect way to hide the fact that it was Shaw all along, in this sort of Final Destination 5-esque twist. Look, if you know, you know. But Radonsky never did a goddamn thing with any of these ideas, and instead he rebranded the whole thing back into Alien for the next one.
We took on a different direction.
So worth it. Would he have paid any of these ideas off if Prometheus had been more successful? We may never know. Or will we? I've retrofitted the time-traveling wristband so now it can go to alternate universes too. It also works. Ooh, I'm tuned into a universe much like our own, except in this one, Prometheus broke $1 billion at the box office. Right now, Alt-Me is doing a video essay on Prometheus 2. Let's ask him about it. Hey! Hey, buddy!
Wow.
How's it going? It's me, you! Say, did Ridley Scott ever do anything with all those great ideas from Prometheus?
He didn't do anything with any of it.
Wow! Thrilling stuff! Bye, me! Whew. It's good to be back after such a long trip. Well, that settles it. On to Alien Covenant. Oh, dude, I don't know if I can keep doing this. This fucking piece of shit. Oh, hi. Thanks so much to all my gold and silver tier patrons, Juanita, Not Juanita, and Andrei Krishkovich, as well as all my bronze tier patrons. Please consider supporting me so that I can afford to get down off the roof. Bye now.